Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Gothic Dark Mysteries. Now I was about to enter this cave. Ah, so that's why he didn't attack. Okay, that was... I'm going to have to run, at least for a moment, to replenish my strength, because I can't possibly deal with them all. It's fortunate that the orc with the axe had actually smaller range than I did, so he was permanently staggered back when I was attacking. So that's the orc portal, but it only works one way, so... Man, those orcs are really persistent. I guess I should probably find some kind of an elevated place and use that to heal. Okay, they seem to have buggered off, at least for the time being. Okay, that went smoothly enough, considering it was the orcs I was facing. Now, interestingly, you can actually find a shadow's armor here, because apparently one of the shadows was stupid enough to wander into this cave some time ago and he was killed. It's pretty much only decoratory at this point of the game, but it's actually better than my current weapon, but I don't have enough strength to use it. Okay, let's go back to the Orc Hunters. This leads to Xardis' tower, which is going to be relevant later in the plot, so I'm going to just leave it alone for now. Excuse me. Okay, unfortunately, Unfortunately, I think the armor they gave me is actually worse than the it's pretty similar. It has worse fire protection, slightly better arrow protection, but I actually like the look of this one better, so I'm going to stay with this one. Okay, so there's not much to do here. Not much else to do here for now. So I think I'm finally ready to investigate the landing site of the boulder shot by the mage from the catapult, and then report my findings to him. And while I do that, I'll buy every last potion he has. Oh, damn it. So you find this broken crystal. And that's pretty much everything here, so we have to return to him and report that. Okay, but first let's just straight up buy everything he owns. I'm going to save that because it's actually required for the quest for the blacksmith at the new camp. Okay. Yeah, so I need to wait, but I'm not going to do it the regular way because, to be honest, I am slowly running out of things to do in this part of the world. Oh damn it, the dialogue is screwed. I think probably he was commenting about me becoming the leader. Yeah, but I'm just going to sleep.
Jeśli myślisz, że... Co za
So where... Because you could hear that they were fighting somebody, and the guy that they were fighting was the guy that was supposed to attack me, because as I said, he usually spawns some distance away from you, and then is usually killed by some NPCs nearby, if there are any. I'm checking because there is a possibility of a unique character attacking you, and it's actually somewhat interesting, but not interesting enough to warrant such a long search, so screw it.
Kiedyś takie sprawy załatwiało się inaczej. Ludzie zawsze gadają.
nie powinien.
Okay, maybe it's going to be enough. That's the guy I ordered to follow me earlier, and apparently he's still... So it gives you this crystal, which acts as a teleport stone. Well, that wasn't too courteous on his part, because he actually also attacked me during the cutscene. That's actually not the teleport I wanted to use. Okay. Almost. Okay. I think it's a bug that like it seems pretty obvious that it's a bug that the undead paladins are leaving behind. Are leaving behind fangs, as if they were wild beasts or something. So he dropped a piece of parchment. So apparently this guy here, although his name was Krotagor, so he's not included here, but there are only 4 names, so I guess the last one was him. But what I'm really curious about is apparently Hagen was also part of this band of brothers. I wonder if surely they must mean the Hagen of Gothic 2. It wouldn't make any sense to use the same name to a character that already exists in the lore. Unless there is a Hagen somewhere. Oh, I guess there is. Now what you have to do is behind each of those graves mentioned, so the four graves of the 4 warriors, there is a switch and it opens the next gate. Actually, I can equip the anti-undead sword because there are more than a couple of undead ahead, and funnily enough, this sword is actually better than the regular weapon. That's especially relevant because in a moment I'll be facing two huge skeletons. Oh, apparently with the holy sword disarmed them, which I'm not really sure if it was intended. But there is a mysterious portal here, so let's step in. And it actually transports you to this strange mine. Where is the page I just picked up? So it's basically talking about the last hours of some powerful warrior. But again, the presumed epicness of the tale is a little undercut by the poor quality of the translation. That micro seems to be like impervious to damage, which is really annoying. Let's change our weapon just in case. Maybe it was this one. To be honest, I'm not sure what the deal was, because this weapon is actually noticeably weaker than this one. So that's a little weird to me. Damn it. It's difficult to take it seriously when it contains phrases such as we became one in this. He became a oneness with his sword. What a hero. Now, this story about a dragon transforming into a person is actually something that will be that bears relevance to what is going to happen in the main plot of the mod, and quite soon actually, because it's a particular type of creature. How do I don't remember how to open this gate. There must be a switch somewhere, right? You can get a magic bow here, an ice bow, but it isn't of much use to me. Right here. To be honest, even after all those years of playing Gothic, I've never quite figured out why is it that sometimes enemies avoid damage completely, even though you're seemingly strong enough to defeat them. Now there are a couple of interesting things here. First of all, this armor is actually a little bit better than my current one. Plus, and that's especially interesting, it gives a bonus of plus 50 hit points, which is quite significant. It's a retexture of heavy Templar armor. I'm going to show that off in a better light later. But also, let's read the journal to the end. Actually totally forgot about this part. So apparently this guy was the one who wielded Uriziel in ages past, which is Uriziel the sword is an important part of the vanilla Gothic. But also the portal that he mentioned the arachnids were afraid of is right there. I'll show it in a second. But first, let's read his journal. I guess those were pages torn from his journal. Yeah, last pages were rapidly torn off. For fuck's sake. That's a little better. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Might actually be too weak to take it. Although I wonder, because the other sword that I found has a damn it. Yeah, I don't think I can take it, but let's check this sword, because it gives quite a hefty bonus to the critical hit chance, so maybe that will make a difference, because earlier when one of the scavengers... Yeah, right. I have no idea how this works actually. Although I guess, maybe because the journal was talking about the magic properties of the sword, and it is called the Doom of Evil, after all, so maybe it has special properties that actually help against enemies in this particular location. Even though on paper it's worse than my other weapon. In the health department, I'm not doing half bad. Now you can actually reach the lair of the Arachnid Queen that he was talking about in his journal, and it's definitely worth it to do it because it contains quite a lot of loot. In a way, this location is kind of a mirror of the lair of the mine crawlers in the old mine. It even has the same it even has the same sort of fleshy tunnels. Now I should probably invest in a torch or a spell of light, but I don't think I have any scrolls of light, so... Because I'm pretty sure that somewhere around here is actually like a hidden platform of some kind. Though maybe I remember wrong. It has been years since I played this. Okay, maybe I misremembered that. And there's the queen. I actually don't remember what did eating it give you, but I guess I'll check in a moment. but I found a helmet which, unfortunately, most of the helmets in the mod look kinda silly because, as I said, this game didn't originally have helmets in its vanilla version, but there are a couple of the better ones that actually look quite good. Ring of Invisibility. Interesting. Wonder if it works. I guess kinda. It's interesting. I'm not going to use that. But what about the reproductive organs? Apparently the protagonist feels this strange urge to eat them, so maybe let's do that and see what happens. Because I actually don't remember. No idea what happened, so I guess I'll reload the save, because maybe it's used for something later. I don't really remember. It's an interesting way of running with the torch. Okay, so that's the portal that the strange fiery shadow beast was guarding. But I'll actually enter it in another episode, because for this one it has been enough. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.